And what is up, everybody? Welcome in to the final installment of the Chris Wormley Show, at least for this season. I'm Mike McCaffrey. You can find me at Mike Duff Sports One. That's at Jordan York Music, and he has some new fire coming out soon. Show us that album cover one more time.
Yeah.
He has crazy fight songs.
Yeah. So we have one for each team and then one for the number one podcast, the number one Steelers show in all of Pittsburgh, the Chris Wormley Show.
Speaking of podcasts, we're about to pick up our podcasts here shortly. If you listened to us at all last year, we had some huge guests, Steeler Hall of Famer Donnie Shell, guys like Alex Highsmith, Pat Fryermuth, and then we did some baseball and some hockey, obviously mixed in as well. So we're excited to go back to that, and that'll be our focus this summer. But we also have the Ken Reggett and Friends Show. You can check that out on YouTube. It's where Ken joins us, of course, and brings some hockey pals of the past. He brought Ryan Malone. We just did John Sebastian Aubin as well. So make sure you check that out. All right, finally, before we get into Chris Wormley and have a little season recap, I want to talk about our sponsors. We're so happy to have them. Jordan, tell everybody a little bit about Steel City Wheelhouse.
Yeah, so Steel City Wheelhouse is the go-to place in Pittsburgh for all your custom auto needs. I actually just got 4 new tires on my car, so I'm ready to go for the winter. And just anything cool, stereo, detailing, rims, lifts, whatever you really need, they are the one-stop shop for, custom automation. And they've been riding with us all season. So go, check them out, steelcitywheelhouse.com, best in the business.
I like that. You always throw in that they've been riding with us. There's no doubt about that. Another sponsor has been riding with us. You talked about best in the game. If you're looking for efficient meal prep services, case-specific meal preps got you covered. They have everything from proteins, vegetables, starches. It's all healthy. It's the most efficient way to eat nowadays. You get meals delivered right to your home. You don't have to spend hours cooking. You can find them at csmpgh.com. Thanks to Vince and Seth for all they have done. And welcome back in to the Chris Wormley Show. Of course, we are a bit sad because this is our season finale. But you know what? Jordan and I are going to say this is our season 1 finale because you never know what's going to happen next year. Kind of like Ozark. Something could pop up as we configure that. We're happy to be joined, of course, by the man himself, Chris Wormley. He's been rocking with Yins Are Crazy all year. Chris, first of all, man, how are you?
I'm good. The last couple of days have been a little rough. Obviously, Sunday after the game and driving home in that little mini blizzard we had Sunday night in Pittsburgh into Monday morning. But I'm feeling good. It's the off season now, and I'm excited to get the body back, to spend time with the family a little bit more than I have in the past couple months. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Obviously, we want to talk about it a little bit. Only one team at the end of the day gets to feel satisfied. And obviously, that's not going to be the Steelers this season. Although when you look back, you guys certainly had a good season. Let's talk about that Chiefs game. Just what was the experience like for you under the lights, Sunday Night Football, big-time playoff atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, it was everything you could have asked for a playoff atmosphere. It was snowing a little bit towards maybe the first quarter and a little bit of the pregame. You're in Arrowhead Stadium, one of the best stadiums in the NFL. Loud, the fans were packed in early. It was Sunday night. It was dark. It was going. We were playing really well for that first 20, 25 minutes, and then things kind of went sideways a little bit for us. And obviously, we didn't come out with a win, but it was an amazing environment, amazing atmosphere, and I was just hoping we could come out with a win.
Big Worm, it was a memorable season for you. You had 7 sacks, a career high. Not only did you have that, you had your own show, which we have to mention, of course. You were graded as one of the top Steelers defenders by multiple reputable outlets. At what point do you kind of let that sink in and are finally able to reminisce on what was a great season?
Yeah, I think right around this time, my wife had a post yesterday kind of reflecting a little bit on my season, and that kind of sunk in a little bit for me. When you're in the day-to-day grind of watching film, trying to try and get your body back for the next game, being injured, all those things, you kind of lose sight of the type of season that I had. And for me, it was the best career, the best season I've had in my career in the NFL so far. So I'm really proud of the way I played. But I know that when I look back at things and talk to my coaches, there's a lot more that I could do. There's a lot better play that I could have had throughout the season, even though it was my best season, and I feel like I contributed at a high level each week to the team. There's so much more meat on that bone, as Coach Tomlin would say, to play better and to continue to succeed in this league.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously I'm going to ask you this question, what was your favorite game of the season? Just, based kind of on your performance. I know I was there when you had all the sacks versus the Ravens. But rather than that obvious game, what were some games that stood out to you this year that you'll remember?
I think the Packers game was maybe, I don't know if you would say like my coming out game or what, but I feel like that was the first time where I kind of felt like I got my footing, not only with the team, but within the defense. I made some big plays, had some really that forced fumble on Aaron Jones that we recovered that kind of put us in a position to score. Had some really key tackles. And I just felt like I was playing in a good rhythm that game. And that might have been the third or fourth game of the season. The first Cleveland game, I thought not only myself, but as a defense, we were really challenged to stop the run. And we did that for the most part with Chubb. So when you look back at it, obviously that Ravens game, the first one, I feel like I played lights out, and obviously TJ had to up me one a little bit. But overall, I felt like this season was something that I could hang my hat on and not only use that as motivation for next year, but use it as a jumping off point for more success.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of your teammate, TJ Watt, we always talk about his 99, Madden rating. Well, I'm currently in the season now trying to make a run at the playoffs. They have you at a 74. Now, I will say you are in good company with Big Ben because he's a 74, but someone needs to tell them to update that after this season, man, because I'm getting sacks out there with you. I think we need to boost that up a little bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, if the Madden ratings actually mattered in life, I think I would be complaining a little more. But that's a game that I used to play as a kid, and obviously can get that copy whenever I want now in the league. So if I do the little franchise mode or whatever it's called now, I'll boost myself up. But until then, I'll let the play in real life determine how my rating, I guess.
Are you a video game guy? Do you play?
No, no, I don't play. I've been
Coco Melon guy.
Nowadays, yeah. Now it's Frozen and the Bee movie is what we're on right now. So we kind of go back and forth with that. But yeah, I haven't had to play video games in a while.
Frozen is terrific. I'm a little embarrassed saying that because I don't have any children. But of course, I could sing every single song from that movie, and I'm sure you're on that path as well. Yes. Worm, other than Frozen and the Bee movie, I want to know a little bit about your offseason regimen. You have 1 year on your contract left with the Steelers. Currently, I think we can safely assume you'll be back, obviously in black and gold, and we're excited for that. But what leads up to that process? I know you said you're getting your body back, but tell me just a little bit about kind of month by month.
Yeah, I mean, this first month is going to be really laying low. Like I said, I got some whiskey right here, drinking that, just enjoying some time off. Haven't really been able to enjoy myself when it comes to having a drink or two at night during the season, so that's always nice. But just really laying low and spending time with Lex and Spade, who really need that time with me, and I need it as well. It's always hard, and other guys will tell you too, when you're in that grind for those 18 weeks plus camp. It's hard to find time to spend that quality time, whether you're watching film, trying to get massages, trying to get your body back, practice, all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that, obviously. But then as the months go on, you start training a little more. You start trying to really focus on what you want to do, whether it's a little more mobility, a little more knee stability, quad stability, core work, whatever you really want to work on. That's kind of what it is until you ramp up until team workouts and OTAs.
Does shoveling snow count? I saw you doing that. And I also saw Spade out there. You putting her to work already?
Well, she has a little shovel. I think we got it from Target. Shout out to Gigi, her grandma. So she's out there having fun with it. She's not really helping. She's more so just putting the snow back onto the driveway. But yeah, that's always a nice little, low back workout when you're shoveling snow 6 hours after a game, Sunday or Monday morning after the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I can only imagine how your body feels. Some much needed whiskey, of course. All right, I want to get into kind of a last edition of Worm Association here. It's been one of our favorite segments, of course, all season, and not just one of ours. It's been one of the fans' biggest, segment of the season, of course, as well. So this time I'm going to roughly give it a 2022 twist, if that makes sense. So I want to start with Tyson Alualu.
You want me to give you like what I expect or what I think?
Just in general, he posted an Instagram saying he wants to be back in black and gold, and I'm assuming you want that.
Absolutely, I think what he did, especially last year, moving to nose tackle, and the production that he had, and what he was able to do, stopping the run at that position. I think we really missed that this year. Obviously, Montrevious came in kind of late towards the season and filled that role to an extent. But not only Tyson's play, but his leadership and his knowledge of football, I think we really missed this year. And I'm excited for him to come back healthy and prove to everyone, even though he's going to be the oldest guy on the team, that he's got a lot left to prove and a lot left to play.
Another guy who's getting a little long in the tooth, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying that, is a free agent, is Joe Hayden.
Yeah, I think Joe's another guy that when he missed time this year, we really missed him. I think Witherspoon came in and added some great value to us once he learned the playbook and got acclimated to the team. But Joe is a former Pro Bowler, someone that not only obviously is getting older, but just his football knowledge and what he can bring to the team as a leader, I think is going to be hard to duplicate or replicate if he's gone next year.
No question. You talked about Akello Witherspoon. He was on my list. And I think we can all agree that he played very well, and he'd be great to be back in black and gold as well. All right. Give us a few thoughts on Mason Rudolph.
I think especially that 2019 season, I think it was, when Ben was hurt and he was healthy, I think he showed that he had flashes of being a really good player. He played really well, I think, against the Browns that last regular season game last year for us. So I think he has put himself in a position to fight for that starting spot. I know there's a lot of things that can happen between now and training camp next year, but between him and Haskins, and I'm assuming we're going to bring somebody else in. And that's above my pay grade. But the thing that I admire about Mason is his work ethic in the building. Someone that has been a fourth-year backup as a quarterback, you can kind of go to the wayside and not really try hard or put the work in, and that's something that I admire from Mason, is how much effort he puts in, even though he knows that Ben's been there for the 4 years. So I think he's put himself in a nice position to compete.
Yeah, I almost said the same thing, and I think it's crazy how we finish each other's sandwiches. Do you know that Frozen reference yet?
It is. That's the song with her with Anna and was it Kristoff? Or no, Kristoff's the good guy, right?
I think it's Hans, maybe?
Hans is the bad guy that is supposed to be good at the beginning.
So it's Kristoff.
Yeah.
Jordan, you knew that.
Jordan's like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's why I just stayed quiet.
Go ahead, man.
So before, obviously with this being our final episode of the season, we're so fortunate to have you. We talked about, the moments that we had on the show, and you talked about the first episode that we kicked it off with Woodley, another Michigan guy. What were some of your favorite moments when we had, when we did the live show? What was that experience like for you?
I mean, I think I might have talked about it before, but I didn't have any I didn't know what to expect when we got to Cafe Note that night, and the place was packed. People were standing around. The energy was ridiculous, and I think that really kind of kicked off. At least, obviously, when you're at Heinz Field, you kind of get a sense of the Yinzer craziness of what it means to be a Steelers football fan. But these guys showed up to a Tuesday night podcast at Cafe Note and had amazing energy, and that was really special to me. And I think just that energy and just how much people cared about just even being there was really special to me.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't do a wing eating contest. Maybe we can do that next offseason.
We'll put that for next year.
Hermani's eating contest for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned to us that you're a Yinzer for life, obviously. Hopefully we help build your brand a little bit there. Obviously you helped us in our Yinzer craziness, of course, to the umph degree. And of course, Steeler Nation showed out big time. All right, I want to do one last thing here because you have a little whiskey. Jordan, you have a cup or anything behind you?
I have a water.
Yeah, that works, because me too. Even though it's kind of not an authentic one, we're still going to do it anyway. Cheers to you, Worm.
To Worm.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank
Appreciate
Congrats on a great season. Thanks for a great season with us as well. Have a great offseason, and maybe we'll see you at Permanis.
No doubt. Thanks, fellas.
Yinzer crazy. This is it right here. Yinzer crazy. So pit, oh yeah. Yinzer crazy. This is it right here. Yinzer crazy. I know Yinzer crazy, but so am I. Number one sports site in the burg. Let me show you why. The latest stories in unbeatable podcast with your favorite athletes. You know you can't pause that. Super Bowl, World Series, Stanley Cup champs. Rising stars, Berg personalities for the fans. We love our city, always Pittsburgh proud.